Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a good day to everyone. My name is Atika binti Buli, and today I would like to talk about boycotting Israel-related product is a moral responsibility for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, one night I was just scrolling through TikTok like usual. Videos after videos appeared on my screen. Children covered in dust, parents crying over lifeless bodies, entire buildings turning into clouds of smoke. For me, it was just another normal night, laying on my bed with my phone in my hand. But for them, it was the end of their homes, their families, and their normal life. I remember posing on one video and thinking, if I just keep living exactly the same way, am I somehow part of this? Is there anything I can actually do? That question stayed in my mind. When I looked deeper, the reality behind those videos was even more shocking. A letter in the medical journal, The Lancet, reported that by 19 June 2024, more than 37,000 people had already been killed in Gaza. And warned that when you include death from hunger and disease, the true toll could eventually be many times higher, possibly above 180,000. The United Nations Satellite Center estimates that about 66% of all buildings in the Gaza Strip have been damaged or destroyed, around 163,000 structures. A joint assessment by the World Bank, United Nations, and European Union says that at least 47,000 people have been killed and more than 2 million displaced, and that the major economic losses in Gaza are close to 50 billion US dollars. The International Labour Organization adds that unemployment in Gaza has surged to almost 80% and that the local economy has shrunk by more than 80% in just 1 year. When I read all of this, I realized that what I was watching on TikTok was not just a sad content. It is evidence of a system that is destroying a society and a community. And that system is connected to global companies that appear in our malls and food courts. My central message is boycotting Israel-related products is a moral responsibility for all of us. I will explain three main points. First, the scale of the harm in Gaza and why it matters to us as consumers. Second, why boycotts are an ethical, non-violent response. And third, how these boycotts are beneficial and impactful. First, the scale of the harm is not just politics, it is a humanitarian catastrophe. United Nations, World Bank, and ILO data describe a society that has been shattered, tens of thousands dead, millions displaced, and nearly 2/3 of all buildings damaged or destroyed. Most families have lost both their homes and their livelihoods. At this level of destruction, United Nations human rights experts warn that the pattern of killing, displacement, and deliberate destruction of living conditions may amount to genocide. And the ICJ has ordered Israel to prevent genocidal acts and to enable more aid. When harm reaches this level, our role as consumers is no longer neutral. If we keep supporting companies that are linked to this system, we are not just buying a drink or getting stuff. We are helping to keep money flowing into an economy that is part of this violence. Second, boycotting these products is a clear, non-violent way to respond. Boycotts reduce our personal complicity. A boycott means we deliberately avoid products and companies that support Israeli apartheid, occupation, or illegal settlements. When we refuse to spend our money on those brands, we are essentially saying, I will not pay for this violence, and I will not pretend this is normal. Maybe one person alone cannot change the whole system, but morally, it still matters that we are not willingly financing something we believe is wrong. According to Baruti 2021, the Palestinian-led BDS movement, Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions, is a global non-violent campaign designed to pressure Israel to respect international law, inspired by the struggle against apartheid in South Africa. Palestine Studies boycott is not about hatred of people, it is about accountability for institutions. It allows ordinary people, students, workers, parents to say, I may not control governments or armies, but I do control where my money goes. That question now guides my own choices. When I pick up a drink or choose a cafe or any brands, I quietly ask myself, if someone in Gaza could see this, would I feel comfortable explaining it to them? If the answer is no, then I will put it back. Third, these boycotts are already having an impact. Al Jazeera reports that in countries like Indonesia and Malaysia, boycotts over the war in Gaza have hammered sales for global brands such as McDonald's and Starbucks, as many consumers avoid companies they see as linked to Israel. Al Jazeera researchers studying BDS knows that coordinated boycotts can damage brand reputation, reduce profits, and push companies to reconsider their partnerships and investment. So boycott is both economic pressure and public education. It turns private feelings of anger and sadness into visible collective action. The second benefit is awareness and global solidarity. Boycotts are not just about money, they are also about education. When you tell your friend, I stopped buying this product because it's linked to Israel, you are starting a conversation that many people never have. You are sharing information, not just emotion, and it will make bit by bit more people learn what is really happening beyond the short videos on their phones, and suddenly you are not just a passive viewer of shocking content. You are part of a global movement that is actively trying to change something. So from today onwards, start paying attention to the brands you are supporting. Reduce or refuse to buy from companies linked to Israel's operation. Choose alternatives such as supporting local businesses, ethical brands, or simpler options. Talk about this with your friends and family. Share not only heartbreaking videos but also facts and practical steps that people can take. In the end, this is not just about politics, it is about our humanity. Every time we tap our card, scan a QR code, or click checkout, we are making a choice. And let the choice say clearly, not with my money and not in my name. Thank you.